Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 101. Yeah! We are now in the triple digits, so whenever I tweet it out, it's using up one more character.
That's good though, right? I mean,
character conservation.
Good. Well, we don't got to worry about another digit for quite some time. We got 900, 900 and something episodes before we got to worry about that next digit.
899.
That's it. I knew you were good for something there. Well,
not much.
Okay, before we go on any further, I am your co-host, Yam Juice.
And I'm your co-host, Flex.
And here today for episode number 101, we've got none other than the incredibly baby-faced, smooth-skinned, Smiting Fatty! Yeah!
Hey, I'm glad to be here. Number 101. What an accomplishment. I mean, 100 is a big mark, but 101 is one bigger than 100.
That's right. Well, now we're starting our next 100. So keep watching here. We haven't missed a beat, not a beat. Even when we're on vacation and stuff, we take laptops to resorts and all that kind of shit.
Hospital, even in the hospital, we did one from the hospital.
That's it. See, it's like diehard troopers. It's like
that's the way to do it.
Well, our KD's not great, but we play the objective.
PTFO, baby.
That's it. So, I've been watching the continuing saga of Fatty's
goatee?
Epidermis. You are not a Schick or Gillette guy. You're not a Remington or a Norelco guy. You are.
I'm a $15 straight razor guy. Those straight razors, they can get freaking expensive. I'm talking like $300 for a nice blade, but I found one on eBay, $15, and it worked pretty good so far. I cut my ear today though. I kind of wasn't paying attention when wink, and it just kind of put a little nick in my ear, but it's not bleeding anymore, so that's good.
Oh my god! So aren't you worried that you're just gonna open your throat and bleed to death or something with that thing? I
was probably one of the first times I ever shaved, but you can see that on my YouTube. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous, but I've gotten the hang of it so far. I mean, I'll get like small little cuts because I'll do something stupid, like I'll move one way, like when I'm coming down, I'll be like, oh wait, I gotta come over here, and then it'll like kind of give you a cut, but my skin doesn't hurt as much as when I used like a normal razor, because I'd have to sit here and go like this in the same spot 500 times or stuff like that, and it gives you a closer shave. I don't have to feel like I have to shave as often, so it's nice.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, your beard is trimmed absolutely perfectly. You're this close to being as groomed as a gay guy. I mean, this close.
Yeah, don't tell my wife. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I mean. I did that today with the straight razor. So if you look at the bottom, there's some messed up parts, but you can't see that because my fat chin comes like down and.
Yeah, well, see, this is a bearded crew that we got here.
It's a very manly hair.
It is. Now, Flex and me, we got a little bit of blonde highlights in our beard.
Oh, that's blonde. Okay,
These are blonde. These are blonde highlights.
I'm actually. I have one down here that is just as blonde as it gets. So it kind of stands out.
See all that pretty blonde hair up there?
Oh, yeah. Flex has got a lot of blonde highlights in his hair, too.
Can you see this? I don't know. I might have cut it off.
Are you starting to get a little bit?
I've had this since I was 18.
Ah.
So it's like a white spot. It's actually so blonde it's white. But I'm getting, I'm 33. I'll be 34 this year.
You're a third of the way to 100.
Yes. So I have a lot of gray going on. I just noticed the other day, I thought, like, I always said, you're old when your chest hair starts to turn gray.
Oh, no. Is that
I got
happening?
blonde highlights in my chest hair now.
Oh.
I'm not going to show you because I don't want everybody to puke, but It's going on.
That be happening.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk about what's happening right now in Austin, Texas, of all places. The radical, extreme Xgames includes. What does it include?
Bike riding.
That's right.
Gum chewing. And Call of Duty esports.
Call of Duty esports has made it to the X Games. Extreme!
And like my wife, we were actually watching the X Games. We went out to dinner just a minute ago. We were watching the X Games, like not the Call of Duty portion, just the bikes. And she was asking, why did they start the X Games? I'm like, oh, for extreme sports. And then she was like, extreme sports? Why is Call of Duty in there?
It's an extreme sport.
I don't know, but it's awesome that it's there. I mean, I made a tweet it was Friday, saying that Call of Duty just made history, or MLG made history by doing Call of Duty in the X Games, and I think it's awesome. It's special. Everybody wants to get that gold medal and get their place in history, and I think it's awesome that the X Games chose Call of Duty, and it's a big step for esports in general. I mean, we're getting to the point where playing video games is considered a sport, not just esports. We're going to be calling it a sport soon.
That's right. Because it's like when these people at the X Games, every time they compete, they run the serious risk of serious injury or even death. Whereas everybody knows playing Call of Duty, you could get a blister on your thumb. That could be really painful.
That could be painful, but there is one important thing about it. If you ain't got the reflexes, you can't play the game.
I know. I'm just kind of joking around because it's like there was, when it was first announced that this was going to happen, there was all this, this
I know
conversation, and people were debating whether or not, video games could be a sport. Well, they're not saying it's a sport. It's an e-sport.
Yeah.
I'm not going to even dignify it with an answer. It's like, of course it's an e-sport. Nobody's saying it's a sport. They're saying it's an e-sport. It's like email is not the same as mail.
Well, to me, like, everybody says, well, why would Call of Duty be on ESPN? I'm like, why is poker on ESPN? Tell me that takes more.
That is good.
More,
Yeah, good analogy.
You might have to think a little bit, or actually think a lot of it, have your poker face, but you can't tell me that it takes years of training to go.
That's right. Well, usually they're wearing like a hoodie, and they've got sunglasses on. It's like you can't see any part of their face.
Just like half the people that play on the pro circuit.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really cool. I think it's cool. I think, it's like the average person who watches, ESPN and sees the X Games, how can they relate to, maybe they skateboard, maybe they ride a bike or a motorcycle, but do they do those crazy fucking insane things that those people at the X Games do? Maybe not, but you know what? I bet a heck of a lot of them do play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And it's something you can relate to.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You can relate to it.
Well, I think it's cool, too, because you talk to the commentators that are there, or just listen, I guess, and they're saying how, there's tons of people coming in and out and think it's really cool. I'm sure there's those that, kind of look down on it, but, for the most part, it's something everybody can do, just play a game where not everybody can afford a, $10,000 dirt bike and try to do Superman or whatever, where you let go of the seat and then grab it again. And I have a friend that actually rides dirt bikes. He busted his back doing that, like fractured it, really messed him up. Has to take pain pills just about every day because his back is so jacked up. Where I can sit here, be safe with my Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So because I can't I couldn't afford to be out of work like he had to be. So it's kind of crazy when you think about some of those sports. It is truly amazing to see these guys do the things they do.
It is.
as far
I
as
was
other
watching.
games.
I was watching some ESPN earlier, trying to catch some of the Call of Duty, and I wasn't seeing the Call of Duty, but I was seeing the skateboarding and the bicycle riding and stuff, and it's pretty amazing. It's interesting to watch.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Some of the stuff they can do is...
What I wonder about those motorcycle guys is like learning how to do those tricks. It's like you only get to mess up once.
No, you know what they do? They use what they call a block bin, and they take foot by foot foam rubber blocks, and they fill a pit, and then they put their ramp up against the pit, and then they jump into the pit to perfect the trick.
Yeah, because you still like you mess up one time, and you're in the hospital.
That's it, baby. It's over.
Yeah. You're like my friend.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's crazy.
All right, so it's of course time to like have a moment here to talk about the Flex medical report. So how are you doing? Every time we play, like you always crap out after about half an hour because of your hand.
Yeah, just the real short medical report is I've got some inflammation in my shoulder. I might have a torn rotator cuff, and if I play too long, my hand starts going numb, so I have to stop playing. So I'm good for about an hour at a time, and then I got to take about a half hour off or so. So
yeah,
it is what it is. They'll get me fixed.
Flex, you're a warrior.
They took the plate out. It didn't fix it. They can't put it back in. So they couldn't do it. The problem was the plate in. They couldn't do an MRI, and because they couldn't do an MRI, they couldn't tell if I had a torn rotator cuff. So when they took the plate out, they couldn't do both procedures at once because they didn't know if I had a torn rotator cuff. So you have to wait. Apparently, after you have a surgery like that done, you have to wait for the inflammation to go down so that the MRI can actually get a decent reading of your muscle structure and your ligaments and tendons. So I'm kind of in a holding pattern right now, waiting a couple more weeks doing physical therapy so I can get the MRI.
No, that's not fun. I actually had shoulder surgery about 2 months ago, and that sucked.
What'd you have done?
It was my AC joint rubbing up against my rotator cuff, and so they had to go in and take out. They shaved a 1/4 inch off of my AC, or my collarbone, I guess is what it is, in the AC joint. Then cleaned up my rotator cuff a little bit.
Did they do it arthroscopically, or did they have to slice you open?
No, they did it arthroscopic. I can't say that word. Yes, I have 3 holes in my shoulder, basically.
And he will testify, people. It is not a fun experience. It is painful.
No, it's painful. I actually played softball today for the first time, and it's hurting a little bit still. So
yeah.
Tried doing a push-up the other day.
Not happening.
It did not go very well. I mean, I got the full push-up, but it was the pain afterwards. was no bueno. No bueno.
Oh man, you guys! It's like where there's 2, there's 3. I'm worried.
Don't worry about
That's the saying. Where there's 2, there's 3. Oh no, my shoulder. Well, it's good that you guys are both like in recovery here. It's like how's the pain? It's like just every day. It's like are you hurting? Or are you feeling okay?
Flex or me?
Oh, I'm talking Fatty. Fatty.
I'm good for the most part. Like it doesn't hurt constantly. It did hurt for a couple days after I tried doing the push-up. But today I played softball. It's a little sore. Like I can feel it, but it's fine. Like I've been able to work the last month and a half. So
good.
I think I was out of work for 4 days.
Well, I get by without you somehow. Hey, I gotta let Ann know. And we're doing bulletproof underwear, okay? So we're on vacation. She says, "When can we go eat?" Give us a while. You know how it is.
Where are you on vacation at?
Well, we're not going anywhere right this second. You know, we're likely to take some day trips. We're in California, you know, right near San Francisco, so we can maybe pop down to Monterey, pop down to Santa Cruz, maybe even go as far as Santa Barbara or something.
You should head down to Anaheim on the 20th.
Is there like an MLG thing?
Yep, MLG Anaheim, 20th through the 23rd, I think. I'll be there.
I'll be back to work. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. So, are you going to be casting?
I don't know yet. I haven't figured that part out. But I will be there. I'll be working with COD Esports TV and also Strictly Business.
Oh,
So
cool.
it'll be awesome.
So I saw you casting. Who was it? You were casting with a famous guy, one of those big time guys. I was watching it. It's like it was a few weeks ago.
Was it Golden Boy?
It must have been Golden Boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like wow. It's like I was really proud. I was really proud. That's my friend.
Yeah, Golden Boy's awesome. He'll come on the show every once in a while and cast with us, lowly casters, but he's a good guy. I love Golden Boy a lot.
Well, yeah, all those guys seem to be pretty nice dudes. Benson and Golden Boy, and I don't know too much about Puckett as a person. Is he a good dude?
He's way nice. He's super nice. He's always willing to give you like constructive criticism or answer anything that you ever need to ask him. He's super busy on Twitter all the time, so that might be a little. Ask him a question every once in a while, he'll answer it. But in person, he's a stud. I really like him.
Yeah, he's Mr. MLG.TV.
Yeah, he pretty much runs the show.
Yeah, and then, of course, Gandhi.
Does he have one of those funky announcer voices? And it's perfect, and it's always good and gold.
Oh, he has a great announcer voice.
Oh,
he really does.
Does he?
He sounds kind of like this close to a game show host.
I bet he could be a great game show host.
It's like, would you rather have it or trade for a new car?
Keep on going.
We take the envelope or curtain number 1.
Yeah, I'll tell you somebody whose channel I always watch whenever he makes a video is Gandhi.
Yeah, Gandhi, that dude can tell a story. I love his stories. Like, did you ever watch the Maven story about, I believe it was Columbus?
I may have. I don't know. Was it a while back?
Yeah, it was a while ago. That story was just amazing. And so every time he uploads a video, I pretty much watch it.
Well, he just can just talk.
Yeah.
He's got the gift of gab, seriously.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good. Drifter to me is also that way. I know you had him on last week.
We did. We had Drifter last week.
One of his last videos, it was a 2-part video. The last one was last Tuesday. It was called "You Only Die Twice." I loved that story too. Yeah,
that was so amazing.
Totally good. Yeah.
I mean, he just like, I don't know. Nobody can tell a story like that. I mean, he's just got this ability to just. I mean, he was reading it. It almost sounded like he was reading it because it was coming off so perfectly. But I could tell he's not reading this. He's just telling the story as he remembers it.
Yeah. I wish I could do that. I can't do that. I'm always like, oh wait, what? Oh,
let me check some stuff I wrote down. I have some notes.
Oh, this. Yeah. And then for me, it's always I have a dream, or I have a dream. No, I'm just kidding. It's like I'll have a dream, and I'll be like, man, I had the freakiest dream. Oh, what was it about? I don't know, but it was freaky.
That's all I remember.
I just remember the feeling, just being like, what the heck?
If I don't remember the dream, I mean, if I don't wake up and get out of bed immediately, I forget the dream. All I remember is I had a dream. That's all I can recall.
That's about how I am.
Yeah. So let's get back to the Xgames MLG competition. So right before you got on this call, I watched Optic beat Envy 4-1, 4 maps to 1.
Wow.
And or 5 to 1 or whatever.
3-1, right?
3, yeah, or whatever that. It's like Envy only won 1 map. And it's like,
what was it?
Parasite was sucking. Parasite was probably the reason they lost.
Really?
Yeah, he was not having his best day for sure.
I didn't get to watch it. I was out to dinner, but I picked them to win that map. So and what's funny is I was just looking at the comments on the video where I did all my picks, and I got probably the worst comment from a guy that was mad at me for picking Optic over them. And I so wanted to be like, so who doesn't have a clue and who sucks who's what? Yeah. But so I thought that would happen. I didn't really think 3-1 though. I would think 3-2. Let's push it to the last game. But good for Optic. I think they're strong this time. I have them going pretty far. But what really shocked me, and every time I've picked this team to win, they haven't, and they've done like mediocrely good, is TK. They are tearing it up, and I cannot believe they beat EG.
I know. I saw that too. It's like, whoa, that's pretty interesting. I like TK, although their roster is a little bit changed. I still like a couple of them. They're kind of like they sort of got 3/4 of their original roster, but it's like Sharp, Theory, and Gunjar are still there,
and then Apathy,
yeah, that other dude,
which I think he's played really well with them. And we saw a few game types where he was carrying them. There was a Search and Destroy that he did really well in. There was a Blitz. Like, that dude is really good at Blitz. I don't know what it is, but he can sneak around, do all sorts of things. But also Sharp has just played amazingly well. He's led a few of the SMDs. He went off in Search. He went off in Domination. He's just playing out of his brain.
Right. Well, if there's anybody who kind of is like acknowledges like the second best professional team in Call of Duty, I'd think they'd have to be, TK, because they keep coming in second, over the last several tournaments to Complexity, which is now Evil Geniuses.
Evil Genius.
Well, what is up with the Evil Genius thing?
They're actually like an organization that it has really strong roots. It's a really great organization. They've been playing it in the other games, though, like League of Legends. They have a great League of Legends team over in the UK, I think it is. But I think it's amazing that they, have ventured into Call of Duty, and they bought the best team, in the last 10 years. So, it was a good step for them.
Right. So what do you think is going to happen with the Evil Geniuses?
I think they're going to win whoever they have to play tomorrow. They're going to beat them. I still think they'll win it, to be honest with you. I'm not saying TK is a fluke. I'm not saying Optic is a fluke. I didn't fluke because I think those two teams are very awesome. I just think the Evil Geniuses, they're just really good. And
well, they're not used to being, they're not used to coming from,
the losers
bracket.
Yeah.
Well, just so anybody who knows, this is being recorded on Saturday, so we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't know, but I really do think Evil Geniuses will win, but I don't know. I hope TK wins, or the best thing for gaming would be if Optic won. I mean, if Optic won, that would be just amazeballs right there if they won. But another thing that was shocking was Optic Nation getting out. I didn't see any of the games because I was playing softball, but I guess they lost. Who'd they lose to? FaZe?
I wasn't. I wasn't paying attention to it at that time, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's still crazy that they're out of it. So them and SB, I believe.
Yeah, SB is out. Yeah. Well, the reason I'm pulling for TK and Envy, and I have to say, Envy. The reason for that is, first of all, I kind of like Parasite, even though he's an asshole.
He's way cool in real. I don't want to say real life. In person, he is like one of the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
Of course, I'd say that about anybody, really, but.
Yeah, well, and also because Drifter is part of the team, and it's like we have a newfound love for Drifter. It's like I can't believe he agreed to come on our show. It's like the dude is so fucking cool.
Yeah, Drifter's amazing. He's actually helped change my life, so I have a big spot in my heart for Drifter, but as well as Envy. I think T Martin's a part of it too. I really like T Martin, but one of my favorite people ever is Foreplay. Do you know him? I4Play. Skyler, he is just amazing.
I've seen him retweeted before. I don't think I follow him.
He's a way cool guy. He's way cool. He's pretty much the guy who started Envy. So
okay, does he like have a YouTube channel or anything?
Yeah, he does. It's I4 Play. So it's like
Okay.
I and then 4 Play with 2 I's, I think.
All right, I have to check that out. Yeah, I've been seeing like T-Mart has been tweeting out pictures and retweeting people's pictures all day long. My timeline has got tons of pictures of fans, taking pictures with him.
That's cool.
It's like, it's kind of cool. I mean, it's like these are internet celebrities. It's not like, they're not like Hollywood movie stars, but they're celebrities. I mean, in a certain kind of way, for sure. And I get kind of jazzed.
Yeah, well, it's cool meeting people that I guess I would say that I look up to. Like, I've met T. Martin. He's really nice. He actually followed me the other day, which I was shocked because.
Wow.
Yeah, so I felt happy. I fangirled a little bit, and I just put I4 Play's Twitter in the chat there, the Skype chat. But so yeah, he's really cool. Of course, I've met like all the bigger casters. Met every pro pretty much, and they're all nice. Like most everybody in the scene's really nice when you meet them. That's why it's funny to see them. Like, you'll see them hanging out, talking, having a good time, and then they play against each other, and they stand up and they're like, "You suck!" Blah 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 blah. It's like, and then right after that, they're shaking hands, hugging.
And it's like on MLG, they're playing these like fun games, and they're mixing up the teams, and they're on the same team now. It's like they were rivals earlier, and now they're just playing for celebrity, whatever you call that, they're playing for fun.
All-Star games.
Yeah, they're playing these all-star games. Yeah. So which one of these players has the hottest girlfriend?
Wow. I don't know. There was, when I went to Philly, there was a guy that I want to say it was Beretta. Was it Beretta? His girl was smoking hot. I don't know if it was his girlfriend, his sister, or what, but she was with him the whole time. She was beautiful. But you'd have to say Fwizz's girlfriend is probably the cutest girl ever, Justine. So
they're together?
I believe so.
Oh, I had no idea. I had no idea. It's like Justine is like, oh man.
I think they're together. If not, then I don't know what the heck is wrong with Fwizz. Because I know they were.
I did not know that. See, I know some things, but not other things. I do know that Justine is like, grr.
Well, I was sitting there watching it with my wife, and I'm like, man, she just has pretty hair. Like, her hair is beautiful. My wife even acknowledged that. Like, her hair is beautiful.
Well, she does a really good job of, like, after the game, she'll go interview, like, the key player or something on the team, and she does a really good job of it. It reminds me so much of, like, the NFL. It's like they usually have some good-looking gal reporter, go down on the field, and it's like, we're here with so-and-so, and Justine has got that down cold, man. She's a natural.
When you say that, I always think of when Marcia got hit in the nose with the football in the Brady Bunch, man. I was just thinking of that. I don't know why. Oh, my nose!
I remember watching that when it first aired when I was young.
I've seen the reruns a bunch of times.
You're dating yourself there, buddy.
My kids love that show, believe it or not.
Well, how could you not like that show? Oh, here's something. Alice, their housekeeper.
Died.
Yeah, she died this week.
Oh, that stinks. And then they put the wrong picture, the wrong Alice in the obituary.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Who did they put?
That's too bad. It was the
Some
one
other
from
TV
the remake.
housekeeper?
It was the funny remake.
Oh, yeah.
It was that
a very
one.
Brady sequel or all that kind of stuff. Which those were funny. Those were very funny.
Rob Lowe was in one of them. Yeah, that was a good show.
And Shelley Long played the mom, and she did a great job. And
Well, I mean, what more of a show could you ask for but to have this just major family dilemma that's just ripping the guts out of the family and in a half an hour, it's all solved and everybody's happy again.
That's right. Actually, my wife was telling me that, she stays up on all the gossip and stuff, and she was saying that on the set at the time when they were filming that show, the kids were all hooking up with each other.
I didn't say that. I never said that.
I just about spit all of my water all over the computer. I didn't say
I
that.
never said that.
Okay. Anyway.
Melanie Griffith and Antonio Banderas are split.
Okay. Well, she knows all about the celebrity splits and stuff. Well, let's see. All right, whatever. Do me a favor, please. We're trying to do the show. It's this is a professional podcast, everybody. See, this is
like the Brady Bunch. Now you got to kiss and make up, and it's a great show.
The only thing I didn't like about the Brady Bunch is like they formed a band. And it's like, oh my God, like we really want to see this cornball band that they've created. It's like Up With People, G-rated.
I couldn't stand the dog.
What's wrong with the dog?
He was a troublemaker. He was always running away and having puppies with other dogs. He was a whore.
That's true.
He was.
Slut dog.
Yeah. He was always running away, or somebody was allergic to him, or he bit the neighbor.
I remember Cindy had a doll. Was it Mrs. Beasley?
Kitty Carryall. Mrs. Beasley
Kitty
was.
Carryall.
Carryall,
You're thinking of Family Affair.
Family Affair, yeah.
And on my TV, man.
Yeah. I watched plenty of it growing up here. See, I wish I did video games when I was a kid their age. Video games didn't even come out, on home console till I was already like a senior in high school.
Yeah,
Really?
I was in.
That's when the Atari came out.
I was in high school.
Wow. I remember playing RBI baseball when I was 8 or 7.
Yeah.
At 7.
So are you a Generation X person? Is that what you consider yourself, or is that your generation?
I think so. I was born in 80. So right at the very end of 80. So I graduated in 1999. So I think that is Generation X.
Yeah.
Almost before Y.
Well, see, I'm baby boom. So, Flex, are you baby boom? You're probably just a little too young for that.
I'm too young for that. I'm just dumb.
I don't even know. It's like it's like I was kind of at the very tail end of baby boom. It's like I don't know what was the next one after that? Was it Generation X? Was the next generation?
I think so.
Yeah,
these generations are long.
Are baby boomers the greatest generation, or was that the generation that?
No. My mom's generation is the greatest generation. They lived through the Depression. They lived through World War II and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I was like at the end of Gen X. I think I'm kind of like Gen X, baby boomer, in between there.
Well, in Call of Duty years, we're all fucking
old.
We might as well be 100.
Because the old thumbs just don't work the way they used to.
Yeah, it's crazy when half the pros are like, I could be their dad.
Yeah,
I literally could be half the pros' dad. But
so, what's the oldest pro that's playing in today's tournament? Who's the oldest guy?
I don't know. I want to say Parasite's like 21, 20.
I'd be surprised if it's beyond 23 or 24.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I really can't think of that.
I got a question. So, there's no rule in MLG that would keep a girl out of being on one of these teams, is there?
Oh, no, there's not at all.
So when
that's good enough yet?
Well, when are we ever going to see a female on an MLG pro team?
I'm not sure, because there's a lot of great girl gamers, but none of them are good enough right now to hang with those guys. There's a lot of girls that could whoop me. In fact, I used to do ladies' night, and I am thoroughly impressed of the talent that we have for the women's side of Call of Duty. But for one thing, they like to team with each other. They don't like to be on a guy's team, so they won't go like one guy and 3 girls.
Right.
So
Sometimes they'll go to these tournaments. They'll have an all-girl team, and they'll play. And of course, you know, they won't place very high. You know.
Do they whip you?
with
I
the
like
whip.
being whipped by girls.
But I want to say that
Who are these?
Haley Baby was the first girl to go pro. She was with 3 other guys, and I believe that was MW2. I could be wrong, but I know she was one of the first girls.
Okay, so there already has been an MLG pro who was a female.
I believe so. I could be wrong. I will have to find that. I'm pretty sure she said that.
Yeah.
But there's also Dream Crazy. She is really good. If she finds the right team, I think she could hang with a lot of these guys.
Well, you know, there's some out there. There's some out there that
Oh, yeah.
got just amazing aim, amazing shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and well, I played with Mandy Button before, and she's
way good.
way good.
Yeah.
She's very good. I mean, I don't know if she's not really into competitive. You know,
She's pub stomper.
she's a pub stomper, and she likes to play kind of weird stuff like infected and stuff.
I'm just like, I don't know why I thrive for the whole competitive thing. Like, I wish I could be better because I just play clan v clan like all the time. So I suck, but it's okay.
Well, you know what? You're definitely better than me in Flex. Faux show. I wish I was. I seriously wish I was as good as you.
I'm not that good though.
Well, I know. I know you're not. You're not as good as some, but it's like
Yeah.
I wish I was better.
Yeah,
I wish I was better. It would be nice. It's fun to see yourself improve. It is fun to
Yes.
see yourself improve.
It's
So-
like golf.
So, do you feel like you have a lot more room for improvement in like your shots and your tactics and stuff like that, or do you have more room for improvement in your like strategies and call outs and stuff like that?
It's more of like an all around thing. My shot definitely needs some improvement. Like, there's some days where I'm really on. There's some days where I can't hit anything. Like earlier today, it was embarrassing the shots I was missing. But I don't know. I would say my tactics are typically good. Sometimes I have a hard time not rushing certain places or, you know, sprinting too much. But as far as like pushes and stuff like that, I mean, I know what I'm doing. I've watched enough. I've played enough that I understand what's going on. I can usually guess where somebody's going to come from, and typically, like, say search and destroy, if I'm last, I can typically guess where somebody will be, and they'll be there, and then it's whether if I like land those shots or not. Another thing I'm having is the whole lag thing. Is not lag, but it's like the lag comp where I go pop 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 pop, and then the kill cam is like pop pop, and then I'm dead.
Yeah.
It's like,
So do you like have some sort of messed up internet or something?
no, I don't know what it is.
Everybody has messed up internet.
Yeah, my internet's decent. Like, it's 20 up, 5 down, or 20 down, 5 up, and so it's not bad. I think it's my ping. My ping is like 54.
Oh, that's pretty high.
Yeah, so I really think that's what it is. And on the Xbox One, it's even worse. Like, for Call of Duty, it'll be like pop 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 pop, and then nothing.
Not even one pop.
Yeah.
So do you play on a monitor or a TV?
A monitor.
Okay, yeah. I noticed a big improvement when I went from a TV to a monitor.
Me too, because I think it has to do with you're not looking over here, and then, like, say you're scoped in, you have to look all the way over here, and, you know, it's like you actually have to physically move your head, where you can just sit here and see the whole thing.
Right, right. So lately I've been trying to get good at Halo, or not get good, but get competent at Halo.
Halo 4?
Halo 4. There's hardly anybody playing it. There's like maybe a couple of thousand people, you know, playing the game types that I want to play. So, but you can get into a game. But
We should try Halo 3. I think there's more people playing Halo 3.
There might be.
I don't know, but I'm excited that there's going to be some sort of a Halo announcement this year at E3 that everybody's saying it's probably going to be Halo 2 anniversary.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. You know, I actually picked up Halo 4 a little bit. I play it here and there, and I enjoy it. I love Halo 2. That's been my all-time favorite game. But I'm excited for Halo 5 or Halo the Guardians, I think it's called, Halo Guardians. And I'm excited. That's the only reason I'm excited for E3. Everything else is like, you know. But this is, I'm excited for Halo. It's what I fell in love with.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Except the only problem is they're announcing it. They've already announced it's going to be 2015. So
yeah, it's another year.
So yeah, it might as well be 1,000 years from now. As far as yeah.
At least they're gonna. I mean, I hope that gives them time to build a great game.
Yeah, really. Give them enough time to build something that's decent that we don't have to beta test for them forever.
Well, you know, a lot of the Halo hardcore fans are not crazy about Halo 4. I mean, they never thought it was that great.
Well, that's why Halo competitive died. You know, we're gonna have a Halo 4 comp game over at RTX, the Rooster Teeth Expo thing. I believe that's in Texas as well. But other than that, there hasn't been hardly anything. I think there was a LAN in Atlanta last week or 2 weeks ago, and nothing else. And that's why we have all these Halo pros in Call of Duty, is because it was dying out and it died. That's why we have Gandhi and Maven casting, and you know, Formal, he's come over, sniped down. Ace, I think Pistola was going to try to be, and Flamesword even, like Flamesword's over on Optic because of it.
Right. Halo competitive used to be huge. It used to be the big deal.
Well, that's honestly what got me in love with, you know, the esports, was watching Halo 2. I think Ogre 2 was like the man. And I remember when Pistola came on the scene, I was watching the free-for-alls that he would play, and he was amazing. And I think it was I Got Your Pistola back then or something like that. And I think when I heard he was like 13 at the time, I was like, what? Because I was probably 23 or 24, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding. That makes me because, you know, it's like I hate getting beat by kids half my age.
Oh, I've been stomped the hell out of in public lobbies by guys whose voice hasn't even broke, you know.
Yeah, but that's really where I started like paying attention to MLG, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try this. And so I got in a GB tournament and like got 3-0'd or 2-0'd, something like that. I just got worked. It was like, oh, it's harder than it seems.
Yeah, it's like, you know, if you could play Call of Duty, you could probably play Halo to some degree. The way the game works is way different. There's so much more health, and you have to shoot the hell out of somebody to kill them.
Well, it's all about headshots, and if that's why you look at these pros from Halo, they have like a snap to the head reflex when they're aiming. That's just amazing, and you know, half the time they're better shots than everybody else.
Yeah. Like Formal is really good.
Yeah, Formal's really good. And if you look at Crim6 was a Halo pro back in the day. So yeah,
he might be the best player in MLG.
I would, like, if I was gonna make a team, I would build it around either he or Eggs probably, and then I'd get 8-Shot in there just for the viewers.
So is Aches that good? I mean,
he's pretty good. Like, you'll notice he'll have bad games, but I can't remember the stats. But his stats, when I was looking at them from Niagara, blew me away. Like, I think he had the best stats out of everybody. Crim6 might have edged him out on a few things, but overall, his stats, like if you include like blitz captures and domination point captures and all of that, he did amazing.
Right. Well, he seems like kind of an arrogant jerk.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons why it's like, you know, it's like pro wrestling. You always have the good guys everybody cheers for, and you have the bad guys everybody boos. It's like, even though they're amazing as a team, Complexity, Evil Geniuses, it's like they're kind of the team everybody loves to hate.
Well, Impact used to be like that, remember? And
Yeah.
it was this time last year in Anaheim, I was there when everybody was just freaking out because Complexity had beaten Impact. And everybody freaked out when they won, and everybody's like, oh, Complexity's so awesome. You saw all these like banners on Twitter of Complexity, and now they're all gone, and it's like TK or Curse or everybody else because they've turned into kind of the Yankees of
Right.
Call of Duty. They've won so many times, said some rude comments or something, got in a fight with Optic over some setting, so I mean,
And Aches is kind of the
Poster
spokesman for the kind of the arrogance of that team.
yeah. But they have,
Sort of
I mean, what was that tweet he sent out? I think it was a week or two ago where he's talking about, like, you guys need to step it up and win. If you don't know what classes run, look at ours. Ours are the best. You need to learn how to bait and switch. There was like a bunch of things that he gave to everybody, like knowledge bombs galore, and people need to soak that up, take it in, and be like, he might be arrogant, but he is so true. And I think that's why we're seeing a team like, say, TK come in and spank them because they're listening to EG. They're trying to figure out their tactics. They're trying to play as a team, and I think that's why Apathy helps out too. I think they are what TK. Apathy is what TK needed.
Well, they're still pretty new. I guess they gotta continue working on their chemistry and stuff. If they stay together, that would be awesome. If any of these teams would stay together, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I agree, and I think was TK's problem the first time. I mean, they let was it Neslo go or Gunjar left or something like that?
Yeah, both of them left, and then Gunjar came back.
Yeah, I think if they would have stayed together with Theory, I think it might be different. But I don't know. I'm really sad that Theory left TK. I mean, if you see behind me, I have Theory's jersey right there. He gave that to me in Philly. That dude, I loved him on TK. I mean, I love him on FaZe, but Theory is just an awesome player.
Yeah. Well, it's like if they would stay together, we would be so much more liable to root for a particular team. It's like.
Well, and that's what MLG is trying to do with the whole league system and making teams, stay together. Basically, saying that you can't play or do certain things if you don't. And I think it does help with the fan base. So instead of being like everybody's a Nate Shot fan, and if he leaves Optic, then there goes 1 million of Optic's followers.
Right.
Like Scumpy when he left briefly.
And he went to Envy, or when Parasite jumped over to Optic for the day and gained 30,000 followers.
It's like what you measured his time on the clock, not the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 8 hours or 10 hours. Which I don't blame him. I mean, I think they would have had a hard time with him. Not just personality wise, but game style play, like gameplay wise.
He's kind of antagonistic. If their team gets behind, he starts ragging on his teammates.
Oh yeah,
he gets very negative. If you rattle him, you can beat his team.
Maybe that's what happened. Today on Optic, I didn't get to see it, but maybe that's why Optic beat him. They were able to get into his head through the sound booth.
Maybe.
I heard the air conditioning went out in the MLG tent today. I don't know if
that wouldn't be good.
He said it was hotter than heck.
Yeah, I saw something. I thought I saw a tweet. Somebody was hiding out in one of the few places that was air conditioned, which was the casting booth.
Yeah, well, Texas in June.
Yeah, I really don't know why they'd go out there because it's hot enough in Utah, and there's no way I'd want to go to Texas.
Well, you guys have what is that, Moab or something?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
we're not
Moab.
talking about a 25 kill streak. We're talking about a desert.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Moab is a place in Utah where they have slick rock, like all this cool mountain biking stuff, or four wheeling if you're into like rock crawling and stuff like that, or jumping off the ledges. And they got some cool stuff. And then Zion's National Park, probably the most beautiful place I've ever been. Just absolutely gorgeous. If you're ever on a road trip, it's only like I want to say 3 hours north of Vegas. So
Well, you guys are the wild, wild west. You guys are out west,
you're more west than I am.
Well, I mean, it's like whenever you think of the West, you think of like the wide
The
open
deserts,
spaces, like
yeah.
like Wyoming and Utah and places like that. That's what I think of as wide open spaces.
Yeah, it's definitely that. Like not where I am. I have like, if you walk out my front door, you'll see a mountain just like straight up, pretty much. It's pretty amazing. Well, it's like 5 miles away, but it looks really close.
That's a nice view.
Yeah, it's really cool. My back door has a mountain about 10 miles to the. Actually, that's to the west. The front door's to the east. The back door's to the west. It's 10 miles away. It's absolutely beautiful. Like I love the sunsets here. It looks like a painting almost. Like the sky will turn pink. And then you'll have the mountains that are like kind of a bluish gray. It's cool. Quite cool.
Yeah. Now, are you close to a major city?
Salt Lake City is 60 miles north of me. Provo, Utah is about 10 miles north.
Oh, okay. So I guess Provo is like if you gotta go into town, or as they say.
Well, I mean, there's about 30,000, 35,000, I think, in my city. We have a Costco and like grocery stores, stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, I guess if you want to go to the mall, you have to go to Provo. The mall is only like 6 miles away, I guess, 7 miles away. So I work in Orem, which is 14 miles, and Orem and Provo are pretty much connected.
All right. Well, I live in Oakland and I work in San Francisco. So I fight the Bay Bridge commute every day, both ways. It's like,
I used to live on the Presidio.
You lived on the Presidio?
Yeah, my dad was in the military.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
I live in a van down by the river.
It says free hugs, come inside.
Yeah, right. It's a white van. Yeah, and I've got a puppy.
And candy.
Yeah. So let's talk about E3. Is Drifter's going to be there? As is everybody. Everybody's going to be there, and there are going to be
Golden Boy
videos.
will be there.
Yeah, it's like your sub box is going to be jammed, packed.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of them that through their whoever they're partnered with will get incentives to talk about E3 and all that stuff. So they'll like make their CPM or whatever it is, like the money that they make per view.
Kick them a nice little bonus there. Yeah. So are you going to be able to watch the Xbox presentation, or are you going to be able to sneak away and like get some time to watch that?
I don't know. When is it?
I have to look at the schedule, but I'm on vacation.
I believe it's 9 o'clock PST Monday morning.
So that'll be 10. It depends on what I'm doing at work. Sometimes I can watch things, but it'll all depend. If not, I'll watch the highlights that everybody puts in my my inbox the next day. So
or check Twitter. You'll find out all the good shit.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see what is all coming up that everybody's looking forward to. They just released The Division and Wolfenstein. Oh, okay. Call of Duty is coming up with a new entity here, and Flex just happens to be wearing the shirt.
Where did you get this shirt?
Internet. Oops. Pulled out my headphone jack. I got it off the internet from Cafe Press.
Nice.
All right. So from everybody just said they flew out some pros. They flew out. It was it Rambo and Nade Shot, and like they showed them the sledgehammer, what they're working on, and they were like blown away.
Yeah, I always wonder about that because they flew them out there and they probably paid for them to say things, but yeah, I don't know. I hope so. I hope I'm going to be blown away.
Well, it's supposed to be very, very competitive oriented, more like Black Ops 2 than Ghosts.
But that's good. I just hope their caster thing is as good as Black Ops 2. Because this one, it was really bad at the beginning because they didn't even have it. And then when it came out, it was okay. They've made it actually pretty darn good. Like, I love the Oracle mode. There's a lot you can see with that. The
Oracle mode is cool. But you don't get a kill feed. You don't see the kill feed.
You don't see the kill feed. That kind of sucks. So you have to pay attention. Well, I guess you do at the bottom right.
Do you?
The bottom
Normally the kill feed is like the scoreboard. You know, when they expand the scoreboard, and they always expand the scoreboard, that's where the kill feed comes out of, right?
Yeah.
So
we'll see. We'll see. I mean, there's always the hope. I don't ever think that a bad game will kill a franchise. Everybody says this game was horrible. I love playing it. To be honest, I absolutely do love playing it.
Right. Well, I'm not a big fan of Ghosts.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Call of Duty fanboy for sure, but Ghost is not my cup of tea.
Well, to be quite honest with you, my KDR started out pretty good on Black Ops, and it went downhill from there. And my Ghost KDR is my worst.
Well, my KD is definitely better in Black Ops 2 than it is in Ghost.
But then I'm older now than I was then, so that's my excuse.
That makes sense.
Well, this is the first Call of Duty I haven't got better. It's like each one I've like gotten better and better until this one, and now my KD has come down from all that. So I'm sort of disappointed in that. It's like KD's not everything, but it's just like the public matches, the camping is just uncontrollable. You know, with all the tools that they give campers, it just drives me crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's another reason why I don't like playing pubs. Like, you see all the cheap sites and C4 everywhere.
Laying down on top of the hill from across the map with a sniper rifle.
And the maps. I mean, you got like
in the middle of the road.
And you got like Stormfront, and you got like Stonehaven. It's like that's one reason why to play competitive, because you get only the good maps.
Yeah. I like the new maps that just came out. I thought they were great, like the Favela from MW2. I just barely started playing MW2, so I recognized it, but it wasn't my favorite. But I mean, I really.
So you don't
like
know all the spots.
No, I don't. I'm figuring them out though. The more I play it, but
right. Well,
I do like the
pros
too.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty fun. It's like it's kind of hard to believe it's Dome because it looks so different. They did a remarkable job of changing the appearance of it.
Yeah,
it's laid out the same, but it just looks so different.
Yeah. Well, the strike zone is also laid out the same as Dome.
Well, it's not. It's not.
That plays totally different.
Right. Well, it's not glitch for glitch, spot for spot. It's like some people said it's a remake of Dome, but I mean it's very similar layout to Dome, but it's not like a remake of Dome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I know is there's a lot more grenade spots. Like I can hit this Dome portion where the big rock comes out of it. I can hit the middle of that or not the middle, but the doorway from inside what spot is that?
The B flag?
Yeah, the B flag is.
B-flag.
Yeah. Because that room has got, like, there's no ceiling on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, grenades, you can hit almost any place from almost any place else with a good thrown grenade.
It's good.
Yeah. So, let's see. Another game that's coming out, E3, that's going to be, like, we're going to find out more about it, is Battlefield. What is it called? Battlefield.
Oh, it's like the cops and robbers one.
Yeah.
Hardline.
Battlefield Hardline.
Yeah, that looks good. Golden Boy said he played it and absolutely loved it. So if he likes a game, I usually trust it. Another game I saw that's coming out is Far Cry 4. I loved the first Far Cry. I haven't really played any of the other ones, but it looks good too. So, and then the Middle Earth one, the Shadows of Mordor. That I love Lord of the Rings stuff. Like, honestly, I love Lord of the Rings stuff. So,
Oh my God, Fatty's gonna disappear. He's gonna disappear for a few months.
I'm gonna turn into big nerd, the Troll Cave man.
And you're gonna play like you'll be wearing the costume, and it's like with the controller in your hand.
I'll grow my beard out again.
Yeah, I'm looking most forward to Evolve.
What's that one about?
That's like 4 players on one side
yeah,
attacking a monster, and the monster has got to grow and get bigger, and it's like that's made by the people who did Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, that actually looks really good because you like eat or attack the plants or eat the plants and like try to get really big and huge. And
yeah, they're trying to get you while you're small.
Valve is not
trying to get big.
No, Valve hinted that there might be Left 4 Dead 3.
Really?
They're working on a Left 4 Dead 3.
They're working on, and what was the other one that came up last week? Oh, Red Redemption 2.
Yeah, Red Dead. Yeah, there's work on that. I mean, we don't know at what stage it's at. I mean, it could come out next year, the year after that. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, it seems like they're pushing them back every year, except for Call of Duty. So. Yeah.
Well, there's certain things that you can count on. Like, there's going to be a Call of Duty every year. There's going to be Assassin's Creed every year.
Battlefield.
There will be a Call of Duty every year because they went to the 3-year rotation. No, Battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
Battlefield.
Yeah. When I first found out about the Sledgehammer thing, I always felt gypped. It's like, oh, man, I have to wait another year for Treyarch?
So true.
I'll be right back. I gotta go to that. Be right back.
So, Sledgehammer is bringing us a game that's going to have exosuits.
I'm worried about that. I hope it's like a short perk where it's like, oh, you get, say like in Titanfall, you can boost once in some of the things or boost twice. I hope it's like one big jump or maybe 2 big jumps at the most. I don't want it to be like, Halo modded where you're jumping.
Halo where you jump like crazy.
Yeah, where
the jumps in Halo are huge.
Yeah, well, and then like you could put a mod on it and jump the whole building if you want.
Yeah, you can put a jetpack or something on and just like go crazy. That's why they call it certain maneuvers. They call it the Halo jump, and you can do it in Call of Duty, and it works great if you have a Scuf controller.
Yeah, Scufs are
amazing. Have you got a Scuf for your one yet?
No, I have not. I play the 360 mostly because I have the Scuf, and I do not want to go buy one because they're kind of expensive.
Oh yeah, they are. They are. They came out with a. I got a package in the mail a couple of weeks ago, and it was like out of the blue. I didn't send off for it, but since I bought a Scuf One controller, they sent me a package containing the paddles. They've got the new angled paddles.
Angled paddles,
and it's so awesome. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you look at the paddles, you can see
cool.
There's a cant to them. They're angled.
Yeah.
They're so much easier to activate. You can kind of pull on it now instead of sort of this awkward push. It's just like it's super. And they give you the tool to change them. And from now on, all the new ones are going to be these angled ones.
That's really cool. I really like what Scuf has done, and a lot of people might say it's cheating. To me, it's making my hands so they don't cramp anymore because I'm trying to do claw and I can't aim. For some reason, trying to do claw and aiming does not work well with me.
So, do you play normally on claw?
No, I play with the Scuf. I started to try to play claw, and it just does not work for me. Like I just can't do that.
Well, whenever I pick up a pistol or a single fire assault rifle, I always switch over, instead of the trigger finger being my index finger, I always switch over to the middle finger because for some reason I can spam much faster with that. So while I'm using a pistol or a FAL or something, I'll switch over. But I just don't feel like I want to play like that all the time.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But that's kind of what I do when I try to go claw. I'll do that. I'll, put my finger up here, and then so try to do that.
That seems so awkward trying to push the buttons with the side of your finger like that.
It's actually not bad, especially like you do the A and the B. Like I can just sit here and rock my finger back and forth. But for me, because the way my thumb sits on the stick, so instead of being like this, it's like this. And I know it doesn't look like much of a difference, but I can't aim like all of a sudden. Like I'll be like this, like and it's like I'm brand new at the game again.
Right. Well, if you're going to actually play claw, you would have to just absolutely say, I'm going to play claw no matter what. It's just, I'm going to play until I get it down.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you could ever get it. But see, you don't have to. You can just get a Scuf controller.
Well, look at the guys on Optic. I believe none of them use their paddles. They all play claw. Or at least they used to. Merc plays claw. I believe Nadeshot started using his paddles, but Scum plays claw. They don't want to switch.
Well, a lot of people were saying the Xbox One controller for claw is hard to use if you're used to the 360 for claw.
Well, it's bigger. And I think maybe that's my problem is because I try to play the one claw, and it's just really awkward.
Yeah, yeah. You can't be going back and forth. If you're going to do claw, you got to do claw.
Yeah.
Well, the handle grips are a little goofier shaped than on the new X-Bone than they were on the old one. I like that rounded kind of.
I like the X-Bone controller. I think it feels great, and I love the shoulder button.
I like it.
The shoulder button is so much better, in my opinion. I don't know who doesn't like it, but it feels great. I think it feels great.
The shoulder button, like the ones up here, the bumpers.
The bumpers, yeah, the bumpers.
Yeah. I like it. Like I think it feels more natural for some reason.
The trigger feels so smooth. It's just so ergonomic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and then when I try to play claw, though, it's like super awkward.
Yeah, maybe they didn't make it with that in mind. And I have a PS4, and people are saying how great the PS4 controller is. Well, it is way better than the PS3 controller, which was just bad. That thing is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to me, it's like
better.
they took the handles away, like on all of them. That's one reason I've never really gotten into PlayStation. It just never felt like a handle, like a controller. It just felt like.
Well, you sort of have to cradle it in the. You don't hold it in your palms. You have to sort of cradle it in the finger part of your hand because it's so small.
I think that's why I never really got into it. It just felt awkward, felt unnatural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think Xbox is still going to have like this special arrangement with Call of Duty, or do you think this will be the year that that PlayStation has a special arrangement?
Ooh, I don't know. I do know that the Xbox needs to get its party situation figured out because it's absolutely horrendous. So just trying to join parties and stuff like that.
It was so perfect in the 360. They had it down exactly how it should be.
I know. Talk about taking something that works and fucking breaking it, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean it worked.
The opposite of what you want to do. It's like, it's
And
like
you
giving
can't
a teenager a Lamborghini.
Yeah, you can't send voice messages anymore. I mean, what's up with that? How hard was it to do that?
Well, they just added external storage, and now you can control your external. You can control your file system and stuff. They're slowly but surely. They're getting it up to speed.
It's right. It is February, isn't it? Oh yeah.
I got that on mine. I finally had It was a nice big fat update. Took a good while to load.
Yeah, it did. I don't really have anything external yet, though. Can you just plug anything into it?
It has to be a USB 3, and it has to be at least 256 megs or gigs, which means you can't use a thumb drive anymore.
So it just has to be like a third party.
Yeah, just an external hard drive.
I got a 2 gig. I went and bought. I got a 2 gig Western or Seagate. I put on mine.
Yeah,
I have a 2 gig Seagate, and it shit the bed like a month ago. I lost like all these family pictures and movies.
Really?
I was so upset. My wife cried. Actually, it was bad. But
It sucks.
You know, there's places
Yeah.
you can go to and spend an extremely high amount of money, and they can recover stuff.
yeah, I don't know.
If it's really precious family photos, you could spend enough money
Yeah,
and
we'll
get them
see.
back.
Hopefully, I can figure it out someday. I haven't had time to mess with it.
Yeah, well, see, what I always used to do in the past is I would download the DLC on a thumb drive, so I could just put, if I want to play with DLC, have the thumb drive in. If I don't want to play with DLC, just take it out. It was like cool, but now you can't use a thumb drive. It's like, it sucks.
I don't know. I hooked up my external drive, and it was just like nobody's business, man. I plugged it in, powered it on, came up. The screen came up, said, "You have a new drive. Do you want to format it?" Yes, format. Way
Yeah, I
I
heard
went.
it's real easy to use.
2.8 gig.
Well, I've still got some space on mine. I'm not going to have to run out and get another one, right away.
Yeah, I still have a ton of ton of space on mine.
So, Fatty, do you use your 360 more or the one?
The 360 mainly because the bulk of your amateur competitive Call of Duty is still on the 360, and that's what I cast mainly. Is weekly on Rivalcaster. I do the AM showcases, and so that's what I play on. And like when I play by myself, I have the Scuf. Like honestly, that's a big difference. That and the bullet problem that I was telling you about earlier. On the one, it's way worse for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like some throttling of my internet that it automatically does because my internet's a little bit better than somebody's. I don't know.
Well, they got to fix that.
Yeah.
I thought dedicated servers would fix it, but
I don't think Call of Duty is played on dedicated servers because you still have host migrations.
I think it is if you play the big game show match or not the big game, the big team ones, like the Ground War.
Ground War.
Yeah, I think though that is, but other than that, I don't think they are.
But if you get a host migration, then it's definitely not a dedicated server. It's somebody somebody quit the game, and that flies in the face of what they claimed last year about the same time. Call of Duty Ghosts will run on dedicated servers. I don't think so. Maybe.
I'll lay one on you. One company, EA, two games, Battlefield 4 and Titanfall. Battlefield 4 runs on DICE's and EA servers. It doesn't work. Titanfall runs on Microsoft servers. Their cloud. It does work.
It works. You know what? Titanfall runs good.
Yeah, it does.
You play Titanfall?
Oh yeah, I love Titanfall. It's fun.
It is fun, and it runs great. I mean, how's your lag situation on that game?
I don't have lag on that. Well, every once in a while I'll run into it, but not often.
Once in a great while, but not.
I've never played a game that ever ran better than Titanfall. It runs great on both 360 and the one. It's just terrific. I'm really glad about this Microsoft Cloud thing. And if Battlefield knew what's best for them, they would try to run on the Microsoft servers.
Yeah, they won't though, just because they want to try to save as much money as they can.
Oh, I've been fighting with EA since rented servers came out, trying to keep our rented server running for my Battlefield guys. It's a joke. I have to call them daily and have them reset it at least twice a day.
So what happens? You try to get in and you just can't get in?
You try to get in and it says there's a communication error, or it says it can't find the game server. 2 errors, which means to me not enough bandwidth or not enough server power.
And this is a rented server. You're paying money for this.
We're paying money for this. not when it comes up or not, if they don't get it straightened out. Because we just won't. I can't objectively say, hey, let's have another server for 90 days and go through a bunch more frustration and call EA every day. Yay!
You know what? I really hope that Call of Duty never does do the you can rent servers and like set special rules and all this jazz, and there's like 500 ticket games. I like it just being the same. I like the games being consistent. If you play Kill Confirmed, it's still going to be Kill Confirmed. Like the number of confirms is going to be the same. There's not going to be rules about you can't use this or that. Some admin can't kick you. I don't want that.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a lot of people who make money off of it, like Minecraft. I have a friend that makes $2,000 a month on his Minecraft server. It's like,
Wow.
what? Like, yeah, it's just crazy.
Have you heard the scuttlebutt that they're going to stop? They're going to put a stop to that.
Really?
Woody's Gamertag made a big video a couple of days ago talking about it. Anyway, they're going to clamp down on the end user license agreement thing. So people who run Microsoft servers, their revenue source is going to dry up.
That stinks for them.
It stinks for them, yeah. Well, maybe Woody will go back to making videos.
Yeah. You know, I like Woody's Gamertag a lot, but I pretty much stopped watching his channel after it became 99% Minecraft. I'm just not into that. You know, it's just not what tickles my fancy.
No, it's not my game either. I don't.
He only made one Ghost video, basically saying he hated it. So he really hates Ghosts. So that's one reason he doesn't post those kind of videos anymore.
I did that with Black Ops 2, but I still played it and made videos.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of people who hated Black Ops 2 also.
Yeah, right out of the box, I hated it, man. I posted a video 20 minutes after I started playing it, and I said, this game sucks, man. I ain't never playing it again. I'm going to take it out and use it for a clay pigeon. And, I mean, I was just ranting. I was going on a rant.
I was very concerned.
Yam was concerned what we were going to do for a year because we just got the game for 15 minutes, and I'm already pissed.
Well, I didn't feel that way. I liked it. I really liked Black Ops 2 a lot, and I still like it. I would play it over Ghost. You know, I know you're in the competitive scene, and that's where the competitive scene is right now. But I mean, come on, Hardpoint was so much better than Blitz.
Hardpoint is better than Blitz.
Or Capture the Flag is better than Blitz, and Hardpoint is so much better than Domination.
I never really liked Capture the Flag, to be honest with you. I like Blitz. As far as casting, I like Blitz a little bit more than Capture the Flag. But have you played the new...
The new ones, Reinforcement?
Yeah, Reinforcement.
I haven't played it.
That could be competitive. That's a great game type.
I haven't tried it yet. I
haven't tried it yet, yeah.
I did a video about it, like just talking about the ways you can win. The first tip I have for you guys, don't cap your home flag. Have somebody stay back, and then 3 of you go up, try to take either the B flag or, kill the other players. And once 1 or 2 people die, have that person that stayed back grab the home flag, and then everybody respawns.
That's probably a good strategy.
Yeah, but if you try that in a pub, you'll get called stupid for not capping the home flag. But
well, it only would work if you had a team. Somebody on your team would cap the home flag.
Like, I will not play unless I have a team. Because it's frustrating to me because everybody's stupid.
I couldn't tell you the last time I played just went out and played a pub match by myself. I refuse to.
No. Yeah.
I play with my friends.
Yeah.
I really do.
Fatty, do you ever play when you're not with like full parties? I mean, is there you're not playing a competitive thing? Do you ever just like play Kill Confirmed or something like that?
99% of the time I play by myself.
Do you really?
Yeah. Because I mean, I have 2 kids running around. I have like all sorts of different distractions. So I might boot it up, play 1 game, and then be done. Or play 5 minutes and then, or 10 minutes or whatever, and be done. So it's not worth it to try. Like, it was 2 nights ago, I tried to party up with a friend, and he was like, "Oh wait, hold on, let me get this." Oh wait, hold on, and then by the time it was about ready to start, I had to leave because. I just didn't have that much time. I was like, hey, I'm going to jump on, play a quick one, and then blah. So, every once in a while I'll play with a group, but most of the time I'll play. And then I usually play CV or Clan v Clan, and then once I get pissed off at that, I'll go to pubs really quick and switch my classes up. And for some reason, I can do awesome in pubs after I've been playing Clan v Clan. Like my shot will be on, kill confirmed. I'll get like I've had a few games where I went like 30, had 30 tags and like 15 or 20 deaths, which I think is awesome. 30, 20, 30.
That's a good game.
That's
Anytime
a
you
good
drop
game.
a 30
It's a way
bomb,
good
that's-
game. Yeah, but I won't ever do that if I just jump straight into it. Like I have
So
to. Play
you gotta get your competitive shot back and your competitive mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like practice. It's kind of like practice. It just gets you good. It gets you good.
Yeah, I like practice. It makes
See,
fun.
I never played multiplayer. When I first started, all I played was the campaign. That's all there was for me in the game was the campaign.
See, the only campaign I've really ever played all the way through is Halo.
But
Like
that's
the
a good.
Halo series.
That's a good one, though.
That's probably the best campaign I've ever played because it's the only. Yeah, but
There's-
I've tried playing the campaign on these. Well, not this game, but the Black Ops 2. I played the campaign a little bit. It just frustrates me because I'm like, the stupid computer cheats.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
It's
gotta-
follow this guy.
Keep going. Keep going. Get shot. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Get shot. Do it again.
Follow the dog.
Yeah, follow the dog.
Oh, the dog
I know that's the most BS kill streak ever. It's
I know.
such,
pops out of nowhere.
and you have no chance against it. There's when a dog is there, you cannot.
I got that
cannot win.
one video. Remember that one video I got where I didn't have a bulletproof vest on and I knifed a dog?
Well, that's
Oh,
pretty
oh.
damn. That's pretty damn rare. It's like
One out of a year's worth of playing. Well, not a year, but
I think the dog. The lunge for the dog is like he gets you so. It's like the commando lunge in Modern Warfare 2. It's from so far away you're insta dead. I think you should have more time to kill that dog.
Well, like if I see a dog and a person, I almost always shoot the dog first. Like 99% of the time, if it's close, and every once in a while you'll get like the mini 2-piece, the dog and then the guy, and then you feel good, like you stupid son of a dog.
I got
But-
you and your little dog too. Oh God. Oh, so Fatty, thanks for being here in our show, episode 101. I think we just about flogged it here.
Heck yeah, flogging Molly.
we beat
we always
this baby
have-
till she was dead.
We always have good ratings whenever we have you on the show.
Woohoo! That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
yeah.
I like being on the show. It's been a while.
Yeah, well, we always like having you on because it's
Yeah.
just like the fun of the show is doing the show. I mean, that's why we have this YouTube channel is because I get to have conversations with cool people, and that's the kick for me.
Me too.
It's like hanging out. I mean, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you ever start a podcast and you ever want to guest, I'll volunteer. I'll swim a sea, climb a mountain to be
Tried
here.
and true. Tried and true.
And if I had you, I would have both of you on at the same time. It'd be awesome. If that'll ever happen, I don't know if that'll ever happen.
Yeah, yeah. Well, just keep up those shavementaries.
Oh,
Yep.
no, those don't get good views for some reason. I thought it would, but I mean, I'll still do them. I shaved today without recording, but I didn't really have anything to talk about. So
Well, what if you like cut an artery and you like there's this crazy? Hey, that's what you should do. They should do a fake
Oh,
accident.
it's
Get like a sack full of fake blood and a tube somewhere behind your ear, and it's like, damn, and it's like all of a sudden it spurts, right? And you're squeezing it.
I'll have to wipe off to the side, like spray and stuff.
And there's like blood all over you. It's like, oh my god, oh Jesus, oh my god.
That'd be great. I should do something like that.
See, that'll be the video. That'll be your viral one.
that'll be viral.
Oh my god. So if you're still watching Bulletproof Underwear, episode 101,
Yay.
Very good,
Congratulations
ladies and
again,
gentlemen.
guys. That's awesome.
Thank you very much. So I am your co-host Yam Juice,
And I'm your co-host Flex.
and we'd like to once again thank super cool guy, super great guest, competitive player, and above all, a competitive caster who I know is going big places, and I'm proud to call him a friend, Mr. Smiting Fatty.
Yay.
Yay!
So you know what to do. You're no noob. All right, so there's only one thing left to do.
That's right.
Take us out, Mr. Flex.
Gotta find the button. There we go. Woo!